So I opened up Instagram this morning, and sometimes I forget that I follow Cam Newton. It doesn't get put into my feed a lot. So I'm scrolling, like, okay, here's a funny cat video. Okay, here's some sort of like Disney influencer that's getting force-fed into my timeline. And then, here's Cam with the captions and everything. He's like, who are all these randos getting on squads before me? Here's Cam on Instagram as he's getting ready to throw up Auburn's pro day.
Tell me how these randoms keep getting jobs. Don't worry about it. I'm going to say it. I can't wait to say it. Oh, I love it.
So he's throwing against air. He's going to throw a pro day. Okay, fine. Whatever. Now.
Ain't 32 better than me, you did.
That's my favorite part. So, I love Cam. I think people understand that. I love that energy. Always have. The locker rooms clearly love that energy. Remember when they brought him back to the Carolina Panthers in his washed form? Like, despite all that, players are like, yeah, now give us Cam every day of the week, right? That being said, he wants to know why randos keep getting jobs in the NFL. Well, there's a couple reasons why. One, they're super cheap. And there's not going to be any sort of debate as to whether or not that rando who's backing up a guy is going to supplant the starter. And whether Cam Newton thinks, he can go and say, look, I'm a backup. I know my role now. That's not going to stop people from having that conversation. It's not going to stop a locker room from looking at Cam going, man, I love this guy. Give him an opportunity. That's probably the reason why Cam is not getting opportunities, number one. Number two, he's not what he once was, man. And unfortunately for Cam, he's got to play a particular way. And if you can't do that, Joe, he doesn't have a role.
Yeah, the last time we saw him, and look, man, he's 34, right? And sometimes you have to realize your 34 is not Tom Brady's 34. It's not Aaron Rodgers' 34. It's not Drew Brees' 34. You play a different way. And the last time we saw him, he was playing under Matt Rule, and he was jerked around by Matt Rule. There's no doubt about that. But he couldn't run the football anymore. And if you can't run the football and you can't extend plays the way that he needs to, he could throw and look like a bazillion dollars today at Auburn, and he probably will, or probably did already.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, Cam Newton's always been able to throw the football. Okay? You're either a hater or a racist or both if you think Cam Newton wasn't able to throw in this league.
Mm-hmm.
He was an accomplished passer in this league. Okay? The problem is his strength was on third down and extending plays, not only when he had the ability to run the football at a level that no other quarterback in the history of this league did because of his size.
Yeah.
All right? But he also had the ability to extend plays and make throws that other people just couldn't make because of his arm strength on the run, on the move. Okay? He can't do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
And if you can't do those things anymore, you can't play in the league anymore. And it was the day after Christmas. I think it was his last game with the Panthers.
Yeah.
They might have played the next week.
It was the last home game.
They're playing the Buccaneers, and I'm watching him, and I'm going, he couldn't beat the end to the line.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to outrun somebody, and he got walked down, and I'm going, can't do it anymore.
That was the game you went to at Bank of America? Yeah,
that was over.
That was the last home game. That was the last game for Cam
If you
Newton.
can't make that play, if you can't run, and you can't pick up that first down, you can't do it anymore.
Look.
And you know what? It catches up to all of us. But as I like to say, we don't get to write our own endings.
We don't.
It's not how the world works.
And
but I don't begrudge him trying to get back in at 34. I don't at all.
No.
He should make a run at it. But he has to be more realistic when he says, there ain't 32 whoever's better than me. Yeah, there is, man. There really is.
That's classic. Athlete mentality is always going to – you got to think and do what you feel like you got to do to succeed. So I'm never going to fault an athlete for thinking like that, ever. People want to clown him like, oh, how could you say that? Well, because that's the kind of mentality you need to get to the level that he's at or was. Thursday Night Football, Pittsburgh Steelers, 2017, TJ Watt, shoulder. That was it. That's it. Call it right there. He was never the same. because not only can he not run like he used to because of the various injuries, but his arm was never the same. And he was never the most accurate thrower to begin with. And when you lose the ability to chuck it, that also becomes a problem too. And it sucks because I loved watching Cam Newton play. I don't think he'll be getting a flyer after the Auburn Pro Day.